What's up, dudes? My name is Nick. Welcome back for another little K-pop news story. Obviously, we're going to be talking a little bit about yet another instance of Kangin basically breaking the law because he was drunk. So probably because he's an alcoholic, to be completely honest. But we're gonna get to all of that kind of stuff later on. Let's fill you in with some of the details, because luckily, I suppose for me, I haven't made a video talking about this, or I did make a video talking about this as soon as I saw the news, because initially, right, the police report had said that I don't remember specifically the location, but basically they said that with their most recent kind of statement on the entire situation, they had said that initially they'd said that the incident happened in one location, when in reality it was at a different place, and that the woman that he assaulted was his girlfriend, and we're like, we really shouldn't say that. That should be something for him to confirm. And they also, of course, revealed that the location that the whole thing happened at was at an escort bar, which, you know, you pay, you have a little bit of, you know, somewhat adult entertainment and some company, and it's all fun and games. And, you know, I don't know necessarily if that I don't know how all of that stuff works in Korea. Kind of feel like that whole location, that whole industry is a little illegal. And so that would kind of potentially explain why the girl first off said to police, or that, you know, the police got the idea that she was his girlfriend, because, you know, that's kind of what you would do to kind of make the whole relationship, or the whole, you know, reason y'all are the two of them are together, to kind of seem okay. You know, just so that it didn't look like they were doing anything illegal. And then also would kind of potentially explain one of the reasons why why there were no charges that were brought up or anything like that. To a certain extent, that's one part that would explain that. But, you know, regardless of whatever he did and the reasons why, you know, what he did, where it happened, who the victim was, why she didn't press charges, whatever that is, you know, ultimately it doesn't matter, because the fact is that he assaulted somebody because he was drinking, and apparently a dispute got a little bit out of hand. And I don't think that he necessarily can control himself when he has been drinking. And of course, that's pretty evident by the fact that he's at least been caught drunk driving twice, because he got in accidents because of it, pretty sure. And that's, you know, just fantastic. So this is what, the third or fourth time that he's been in the news because he's been acting out because he's been drinking, and that's obviously not a very good look at all. In fact, he's been on hiatus for Super Junior, I believe, from Super Junior since his most recent DUI thing, since, what was that, back in sometime in 2016, sometime last year. And he's apparently, they just gave him more time to drink and do bad stuff. So, you know, what it all comes down to, or the way that I'm kind of viewing this, of course, is that, like, I think it's time for him to just, like, be done. He should just, you know, was it label SJ, SM Entertainment, whoever, Super Junior, whatever, they should just cut ties with the dude. Just be like, you know what, you guys you're done. You're over. Just finished. You're making us look bad. You're doing something. He probably honestly has some other issues that are kind of causing all of this sort of stuff, because, you know, most people don't just become an alcoholic or have issues like this because they choose to. It just is because something going on in their life kind of, you know, mentally affected them, which drove them to, you know, to you know, live this kind of lifestyle, make these kinds of mistakes. And so it probably would be best if he, you know, just dropped off the face of the planet when it comes to, you know, being a famous person or being well known, and potentially got a little bit of help and some therapy, and just talked it out, did whatever needed to do so that he could, like, not be such a horrible person. And I don't really want to say that he's a horrible person, but it's really hard not to say that when, you know, drunk driving, it doesn't only put yourself at risk of, you know, being harmed. It's more likely that you're actually going to kill somebody else when you're drunk driving. And then you also, of course, include this fact that he assaulted somebody because he was drunk and couldn't control himself like that. He couldn't just, like, contain his disagreement or his anger, and so he decided he needed to act out and physically assault somebody. So that's bad. That's all of that, all around, all of that behavior is bad. And, you know, obviously something needs to be done about that. And the first step to kind of resolving this and getting him under control is probably to kind of remove him from, you know, being associated with SM Entertainment, Super Junior, K-pop in general, whatever, because it makes everyone look bad. It really, really does. When the statement from, was it Label SJ, came out and they said we want to address the latest incident or whatever from Kangin, and it's like, there shouldn't be, we want to talk about the latest. We don't really want to say that. You don't ever want to say that. And then of course they were like, you know, he did this thing, you know, we're sorry that we caused a problem since he's been reflecting on his, he hasn't reflected hard enough, apparently. If he's been reflecting for a year and he's still doing this kind of stuff and he's still getting caught at the very least, then he hasn't spent a lot of time reflecting. He's potentially probably not, he probably doesn't care. So maybe something should be done to kind of like make him care. I don't specifically know. It just is, it's all just, you know, stuff. Obviously, I'm not the one that has any idea what's going on in his life or anything like that, but I do know what I can see on the outside. And one, I'm not really a big fan of it. It doesn't look good. It makes himself look bad, obviously. It makes the people who are associated with him look bad. And it just in general, it just kind of brings everybody that's associated with Super Junior, you know, down in a really, really big way. So, like I said, I think they should cut ties with him. Just end it. His career should essentially be over now. Should have been over a year ago. In all honesty, probably should have been over with his first DUI. K-pop idols in general shouldn't be caught doing bad stuff like that, committing crimes essentially, and then getting away with it. That, you know, your punishment shouldn't be to reflect, to apologize and reflect. No, your punishment for breaking the law should be, especially in the case of like DUI and stuff like that, should be going to jail, because that's what happens to normal people. Should be treated like normal people. They shouldn't be treated apparently like they're above the law. So that's really that. I mean, I guess it's all a really, really bad situation. There's no way to potentially spin this or talk about it that paints it in a positive light, and I absolutely would not want to do that. So, you know, we're just gonna leave it at that. He's done some pretty horrible stuff. He really has gotten away with doing all of that with zero consequences. He's essentially still a part of Super Junior, but he's not active, and he probably shouldn't be a part of Super Junior. At least that would be potentially would be, you know, a consequence that might get through to him to like maybe get his act together. If not, then, you know, maybe jail will do that, or, you know, therapy or something. He needs a little bit of help and a little bit of guidance to get back on the right track. So that's all I got to say. It's super, super unfortunate, I think, because, you know, it just in general sucks. He's got a really bad reputation at this point in time, and there's really no way that he's going to be able to recover it. So I feel bad. So I kind of feel bad in that regard, but then again, I don't really feel bad because his actions are stuff that I just don't really like. So that's going to be it. I'm going to leave it here for today. I want to turn it over to you guys now to share your thoughts and opinions on this entire situation, what he should do, what should happen to him going forward. You know, what do you think is going on back there to kind of cause all this sort of stuff? Whatever it is, throw it down in the comments below. Share whatever your opinion is. Don't be afraid to say whatever it is, because this community is all about having some free and open discussion on our thoughts and opinions, whether we agree or disagree. So if that is something that you guys are interested in becoming a part of, then please do consider clicking on the subscribe button down below. So that is going to be it for this video. As always, I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.